everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we're at the Hustler factory. We got invited here, so we're going to have a look around, bring you around and show you what they make. They're, as most of you would know, the bale on rollers, that's what we have by them, but they do make a few other bits as well, so we'll go have a look. So we're inside now and we're here with Brent and George, after making me a lovely cup of coffee here, so we're going to have a look around and see what there is to be seen.
As I was saying, we've got a couple of sites local here, and then we subcontract a lot of that fabrication work to the company next door. Do you want to have a quick look through the offices here? We'll take through windows out to the factory here from the offices, and that just helps kind of keep in touch with what's going on.
It's like in the JCB factory, the offices above the factory, they've dropped in machines into the factory.
Oh yeah.
So you're working around them.
Yeah. Marketing going on, factory sort of planning type stuff. As you can see, we've got windows stack out to the factory here again. We're a pretty lean, mean team here. Obviously this is the HQ, and then we've got location in Australia and one in the US as well. And then obviously we supply a fair bit of equipment to Ireland and UK, France, Europe. We'll take you for a bit of a look down there anyway. We're sourcing a lot of componentry from all over the world. We're not precious about where the origin of the componentry comes from. We want to select the best components, like a lot of our gearboxes and stuff come out of Italy, because obviously Italy is known for
Italy's known for good gearboxes.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of these axles here, they come in from Spain, probably from some familiar brands there. Pirate motors like Danfoss and the like, Reynolds. We've got quite a long supply chain from componentry coming in, but we would rather build the right product with the right componentry than being precious on supply chain length or origin. We're careful about our supply chain in that respect. We have a 5-year warranty, so we've got to build quality stuff.
This is a 5-year warranty on all Hustler equipment.
Yeah. This is our wagon production line here. We'll probably start at the end. So this machine here is just getting its final checks and calibrations.
So that's a feed-out wagon?
Yeah, so this is Combi RX178. So this machine will feed bales and silage, food waste, grain, anything you put in it, it'll feed it out. Some people use them for blending feeds by putting a layer of different feeds in the machine. As it comes out, it kind of blends it. It's not a mixing machine, but some guys will use it for a bit of blending, but it's significantly faster for feeding out than a TMR, like sort of proper mix wagon. You can have a full load and sort of feed out by the time you've even just about got your mix in a TMR. So
fully hydraulic driven. And is it power beyond then, or? Yeah,
so we've got pretty sets of hydraulics that go out to the back of your tractor. One allows you to tilt the elevator, and depending on how aggressive you want it to pull the feed apart, you set your elevator angle.
Yes.
And then the other set runs the flow of the machine. If you put that lever on detent, your elevator will go continuous, and then on demand on your joystick you can bring the load forward or across depending on how much you want to
okay, out. So there's a joystick on that, and I see it must be a Bluetooth joystick, is it? Yeah, or is it wired?
The Bluetooth is the scales. So yeah, it's linked to an app called FeedLink, which we have. Farmers really seem to like that. It's a really basic feed weighing, and you can also use it for managing. So you can run it as a real basic scale, so live weight, throw in what you want, and just feed out what you want. Or you can even set up your fields or herds, pre-program how much you want to feed to each herd.
Okay, so you could put in 5 tons into it and have 2 or 3 batches and divide a ton here, 2 ton there, kind of thing.
100%, yeah.
And it'll alert you when you reach that.
Correct, yeah. Feed out until it starts flashing red, counts down to 0.
Yeah.
Stop that job, start the next one, and maybe another paddock. And it'll also give you proof of placement from the GPS on your phone. When you spit out your report back to the office, you can see that, it's fed in that paddock. Or it was actually fed to the neighbours. Auto mode on this as well, so you can say you don't want to use the joystick so much, you can toggle it into silage mode and it'll semi-automatically
bring forward and dispense.
Feed out the side. Got these two big hydraulic cylinders in the centre, so that's all the hydraulics on the machine there that you see, and that's running that machine, so it's super simple, nothing really to go wrong with it. One of the biggest frustrations with these types of wagons in the market was the actual chains from derailing and snagging and breaking, and often when they break is when you've got, you know, half a load in there, or a full load, and then you're out there with a shovel just trying to dig it out. It's quite frustrating.
Oh, so it has the back door kind of pulls forward.
Yeah, and this is a set of the rams here. So,
okay.
So those rams here are all tucked out of the way under the floor of the machine. You've just got two hydraulic hoses running into this end of it, and one cylinder is bigger than the other, so it's fast when the load is small, slow use of power when you've got a full load. There's two elevator options, so this is the curved elevator for guys that are wanting to feed into like a bunk or a trough and the like, and then there's a straight one which is more suited just for feeding into pasture. Moving back, there's the side as well. So we've just got two wagons on this line today.
So this is the wagon line, is it?
Very simple. So as you can see, with our factories, we try and run them really open plan, so quite flexible, and all the so this trolley here will be an assembly trolley for say an RX wagon or an easy feed or whatever it is. This line here will do anything from combis to easy feeds to even trailers. So the guys will grab their tool trolley that's got everything they need for assembling that machine on there. And obviously we dial it down efficiency wise just to make sure we've got the right tools and the fast way to do it. That allows us to go, we'll chuck that trolley out the way, we'll get the easy feed one, and that's got everything in that. This is the main HQ site. So every machine produced in every factory around the world has one of these reports produced on it. It will give us a link through to the standard operating procedure for every step in the process to build the machine, showing rolling after that improvement has a check box. So there's numerous checks there, a bit of health and safety stuff. Even, you know, if there's a failure in the field from those bolts coming loose or whatever it is, wrong bolts applied, straight away that comes back in here and go, well, hey guys, you put in this machine together, this is what can happen. Make sure
everything that could be recorded is recorded.
100%. And even down to the amount of grease that the machine's got, the specification it's got, the brand of the gearboxes and the motors. It's part of, and then even going on down the track, has there been any warranty claims on this machine?
Okay, so even if for your own, if someone come back and said, oh, there's something in a warranty, it can record it. So you know where that machine, if it had a warranty claim written on it, and someone come back again.
We can trace it right back, and then that's how we, I guess, just implement constant improvement, and that's part of how we've been able to deliver like a 5-year warranty. Just through a tight and structured process. So as I say, even down to a swift hitch or a set of soft hands, these reports are created for every single serial number that comes through. Cool system that we use, and a brand like this wasn't really built just for every one day, so we've got a DNA or a heritage to sort of standards to live up to.
So how long has Hustler been going then?
Well, Grandpa founded it in 1961 on an orchard just not far from here. He originally started building crop sprayers. He built back in the 60s. He built a 100-foot boom. For Watties, big tomato sauce brand that was produced around here. Sort of started in sprayers. He sort of went more to like handling equipment for lifting and handling stuff around the orchard. The late 70s we got into the hay equipment. We sort of pivoted and sort of went down the livestock farming route, and we've been sort of really focused in trying to own that space since then. And I guess really the DNA of, like, Grandpa was always he was a tinkerer. He was always trying to find a better way to do something. Whether it was not only just handling his stuff on the farm, but also how do you make it or get smarter around it. The steering axle, the old sprayers that had the steering axle connected to the sway bar arms. He actually invented that and patented that back in the early 70s. Yeah. So just cut little things, and like when he was a kid, I think he was about 8 or 9, he built and just looked up the old Popular Mechanic books. I don't know if you've seen those things way back.
No.
They're quite interesting, have a look it up. But he got some, they used to have plans of all sorts of inventions in there, and when he was about 8 he built this a ramjet engine. You know what a ramjet is, eh?
Yeah.
And he actually fitted it up to his push bike. So he had to use the old spark plug off of David Brown tractor to ignite the thing and get it working, but yeah, just fueled by there must be a better way, and how do we achieve that? But yeah, so back to these wagons. When it's a bare chassis, which is a step before we were working on now, like all the hoses, wiring and everything will be running the chassis first while it's nice and easy to access.
Yeah.
Notice it's got a little bit of a sort of ripply effect on our finish of our powder.
You can.
We spent years working with a company to develop this powder. It's called a high edge powder, because typically when you're powder coating, you've got a corner like this, the powder cuts the corner and you end up with a real thin rust edge on it.
Yeah.
We're a little bit frustrated with that with the early sort of powder coating days where we were doing tests and stuff, so we worked with the powder company to actually come up with this high edge, and that's what gives it a little ripply effect, and you'll notice it's actually got a really solid coat on all the edges. And that's been a huge step forward for just the finish quality. And
yeah, because nothing annoys you more when you buy a new machine and then just all along the edges and that you start to see the rust after the first year.
Eh?
Yeah.
Obviously some machines are work in progress, so during the day the powder coating facility is filling up. This is what we call a staging area. So we've still got mud guards because these going on these machines here.
Yeah.
2 and 8 mud guards, there must be a 2 and 8 coming through tomorrow, and there's 178 guards there. So all the sides and chassis and everything will be getting loaded into here during the day for tomorrow's production, so to speak.
Do your own powder coating then?
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we spend a lot of time and effort just trying to get that powder and blast prep done right. You probably see some of the standard procedures on the wall here. This is the quality, that's checked on every part in the critical areas, and the consequence if it's not done, not sandblasted properly, your powder's not going to adhere to it. So,
so you blast everything and then powder coat it.
100% to a full white blast. Yeah. So, this is a blast version. That's the oven there. That's not a blast version there. Transparent floor. See we've got like the old straw walking combine. Yeah. Shaking all the sand back so itself.
Oh, so you're recycling all the sand.
Shaking all the sand back and recycling it. We use garnet as a blast media.
Yeah.
We tried steel grip in the past, but what happens with steel grip is that any open ends or anything, it can potentially get a little bit of shot inside there, and then it'll rust and just look terrible.
Yeah.
So we use garnet for everything. It's a little bit more expensive way of doing it. Full white blast, there's no sort of dull or parent material left, even right down to the edges. You can probably notice here. And you get white blasted roughly on the edges. That just prevents that powder from coming off.
Yeah.
See this wire coming onto the trolley here. Thickest component or thickest part of steel that goes into this oven, different template sizes, we'll attach that probe to it. That's what these things here are for. And until that the thickest part of the machine reaches a full 200 degrees right through, it'll just keep baking and baking. And that's how we ensure really good adhesion.
Yeah. So that's just for the thickest steel, just to make sure it hits the right temperature. Yeah.
And then post that we can do some solvent tests to make sure it's cured properly. What we found is that ticking those couple of boxes means that it's just really robust. You can beat it with a hammer, you can tack it with a screwdriver, but it'll never peel off in the flake.
Yeah.
Like conventional sort of powder coating used to do. We find powder coating is really good for masking too. So once you've got a sign on this, you can just wipe that powder off prior to it going through the oven, and that means you've got a clean surface without any powder to take
piece is coated, ready to go in.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll jump into there, maybe a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And then once it's cooled down, cold enough to touch, we can pull it straight into the assembly line if we have to. Before we shifted to this powder cutting system, we used to wet spray everything, but we found we had to have between 3 and about 4 days worth of componentry just sitting for the paint to cure well enough that it can be handled for heat transport damage. So it sped up the process a lot. Having those sites offshore just helps us to balance seasonality, helps us to mitigate these challenges, and also just play like the guys like JCB, these big companies that just they've set their business up structurally sound.
Yeah.
And so at the bottom of the world, being constrained on raw materials, people, and even the help we get from government to support local manufacturing, this just helps us to de-risk it. But this factory here, as you see it set up, as we've sort of showing you through, is pretty much our blueprint. Everything that we've developed and learnt and tested here, once it's 100% proven and we know that it's a sustainable thing, we carbon copy it into one of our 3 other factories, and that helps, as you've seen with some of those QC systems.
Yeah.
It just really helps us to maintain a consistent standard regardless of where it's come from.
Yeah.
Bale feeder coming through, so bale feeders and sprayers are sort of produced on this line over here. These ones we go to the US. They have a lot of 5-foot wide bales.
Yeah, they like to make them good and big.
Yeah. Quite cool to see those bales there. Actually got to build it to handle, you know, those bales are pushing 1,500, 1,800 kilos, some of the baleage ones, like a 5 or 6 baleage bale. Sprayers, you probably don't see many of our sprayers over there in the UK.
No, I don't think I have, to be honest, no. I think Johnson might have 1 or 2 in stock.
Yeah, okay.
But I haven't actually seen them in use anyways.
We believe that quality pays. The satisfaction of cheap price is gone once you purchase the machine, and you're very frustrated when it's breaking down.
The old saying, pay peanuts, get monkeys.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. This is a 14 metre Eagletic boom. Yep. And 50 litre capacity tank there. ISO sprayers these days, even in this size, you've got your mixing hopper on the side.
So that's a handy job.
Yeah, so you're probably finding very few sprayers in this size even having these days, but yeah.
So then you can access mixing bowl and then the dump on the bottom as well.
The decals fitted yet, but yeah, rinsing and mixing and sluicing out your containers.
Yeah.
You can pump straight into the tank or use the sprayers pump to fill it through there. Latches in there.
So that's to test all the hydraulics.
Yeah, test it, hold it and set it up. Parts wise, so this is literally all of our parts and dispatch location here, so unrolls, which you're very familiar with.
Yeah.
Stack of 4, we send them out to our dealers like that now.
Okay, so it'll just
save cost with transport.
Yeah.
Like, instead of taking up half a truck, there's just about 2 pallet spaces, and she's.
So that's literally just a pallet space.
Yeah, or full width of the truck deck. But,
yeah.
You got 4 machines on that stack.
It's mad to think like our machine would have been built here and then shipped all the way around the world.
Yeah.
You know, it's literally all the way around. It's not halfway. It's all the way around.
That's where all the prototypes and so forth were built.
Yeah.
You can see one of our tubes here. So this is a multi-purpose tube which will produce all the RX combis on. So 148, 178 and 218.
There's a lot of steel in it.
Yeah. And we obviously tack it all up, critical welds in there to get things true, and then flip it out, and then or even so we'll do all the underneath welds, and then we'll stand it on its side, and then all the side welds, and that means everything we're not having to do, vertical ups and crazy welds. It's all in position.
Some amount of steel in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're probably a bit too. I mean, they're probably a bit overbuilt, as you say, but I think.
Well, it's better be overbuilt than underbuilt.
Farmers prefer it that way, right? So that's the main chassis there, and then this is the subframe. Yeah, so running a set floating subframe. That just helps us to get the scales running accurate and true and consistent. show you a few bits and pieces out here. Parts ready to go, folded parts that are coming, ready for welding. Both there that we use for obviously painting hydraulic cylinders and rams and axles and so forth, so we're not wrecking the grease or the bearings or seals. See, this machine's getting ready for containerisation, so they could be going anywhere. Those machines there.
Well, you get a container dropped here and you put a hole into the container and away.
Yeah, there's no containers today, but as you can see, we've got sort of 4 container spots there, and then they'll be cycling in every week. There's probably between 4 and 6 containers rolling through here. Chassis, sprayer chassis, bit of galvanised stuff. What happens is all the fabricated componentry will be stored out in this yard here.
Yeah.
And then it'll be staged in kits. So as we saw that holding space in the factory for the wagons, this is our holding space prior to sandblasting powder coating. So the guys will prepare, what machines need to be painted for tomorrow, and they'll be preparing those today for here.
The whole machine goes in painted.
Kit set wise, yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of a graveyard of various prototypes and so forth. Things that we've been working on. Bits and pieces that have come back from the market for testing. A few secrets there, no doubt.
So that easy feed, that's one that throws it left to right.
That's right, yes. Yep. So that's the classic silage wagon. Seeing a bit of a shift from people conventionally using silage wagons in New Zealand to go into a combi machine because it saved them having to have a bale feeder and a silage wagon. We still sell a lot of silage wagons, mostly to the high-end farmers that are just sick of those conventional link chains snapping and breaking and derailing. So we're getting a lot of the bigger guys, like I think one farm might have 7 of those easy feeds on now, so they've been running them for, say...
Well, I know we have a dung spreader with a chain, and it'll be similar kind of concept. We use the Marshall, which is the ram to the door.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest thing with that is it's consistent to the very end.
Yes, okay. Yeah,
whereas if you've the chain dung spreader, the very last of it is you're waiting forever to get the last bit to come out, and then your last maybe 2-3 minutes of spreading is lighter than what you started with.
Yes, yeah, gotcha. Every sprayer that comes off the production line gets calibrated and tested for leaks. Got a little tank here and what we call our elephant. We use ready to all the wagons. Overkill for the job. It's safe and it's fast, so so this is a Chainless 2H205, so that's how to go in a container.
Oh, okay, so that's the one that has the...
Yeah, so it's tipped up on its end and that stacks into the container like that, so we get sort of 9 along in a container.
Aye, and then that's the one that has its own loading, it's like trailed unit with a loader.
Yeah, and you can carry a second bale in the spears,
Yeah.
Soft ends, as you've probably seen in Johnston's yard.
Yeah, we actually, I had one in demo off him. Okay. He gave us a tractor and put the soft hands on it.
Okay, nice, yeah.
So I had the use of them. To be honest though, I very much enjoyed them. I liked how they were both tied together, because we've a tanko set and one will go this way and the other one will swing in. When they're centred, it's a lot easier just to sneak in and get a bale.
And that little bit of float too has been a bit of a game changer for the soft ends.
Yeah.
This is another easy feeds here too. Yeah, so as you can see, the big roller chains for the bed floor and the elevator.
Oh, okay.
Typically, other brands of silage wagon will have link chains there. Link chains are probably just cheap in agriculture, I guess, to manufacture. But we've just gone to, like, I guess 2005, we sort of pioneered the unrollers having like a roller chain. Like, before that, a lot of bale feeders had link chain, and the constant frustrations there. That's why Chainless was such an advantage back then with derailing chains. And so we sort of pioneered this whole roller chain system of bale feeders way back then. We've made various improvements across the years, even just around feed bar design and sprocket design and the coating of the chain to prevent seizing and the like. But we perfected it there, and that was a real step forward in the market on bale unrollers. So having known the same frustrations with silage wagons, particularly your bed floor, like when you got a load and it's busted because of a bent bar or derailed chain. We thought, well, let's figure out how to make roller chain viable in silage wagons.
So then that brings it to the front, and then that brings it up and then down.
That's right. Yeah. As you got the silage coming forward, it's raking the face of the silage,
Yes.
so it's fluffing it up nice and loose. Same thing as on the development of our roller chain. Obviously, corrosion is one of the number one things we want to eliminate. Blood is the most acidic product, or what do you want to call it, for testing corrosion in.
Right.
Yeah. And so we actually had to take this chain to likes of abattoirs,
Right.
immerse the chain in blood, and then throw it in saltwater conditions so that you're getting a grit with it
Yeah.
to actually test how resilient the chain is to rust and so forth. Yeah.
That's a new one, so it is.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Like, once again, like with powder, we've actually been working with different coating types
Yes.
to handle rust and seizing and those sorts of things, and we actually come up with a really unique roller chain as a result, which is a bit of a game changer. We can't really explain what the coating is that we've reached on, but
We're on our second season with Harrow and Roller, and I can't fault it.
yeah,
Super job, so it is. It's definitely a lot easier than gripping in bales. So, because it was actually, I done me back in gripping in bales, and we knew Johnstons had them, and we seen a second-hand one, and that's how we ended up with a new one.
yeah, okay.
Because it was just pure hardship.
Do you know custom-made harrows?
Chain harrows.
Yeah, chain harrows. Yeah. Call it a regenerator.
We call them chain harrows.
A bit of a story for this. Looks like it's worn a bit, but one of the biggest frustrations with chain harrows is the cast pieces shattering in rocky conditions.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them, the frames are just cracked, and guys, they're not so cheap. Guys will just replace them every couple of years or so. I've obviously done quite a few changes to this one, but we this particular one here we set up with a whole lot of explosives and just tried to blow the thing apart.
Well, you can definitely
Sticks of jelly, yeah.
you can definitely see, like, compared to what I've seen at home, like, they are wild thick bit of steel.
Yes.
Like, I think all the ones I've seen at home are just loops of chain, and then with teeth curled off each other loop, every other loop kind of job.
Yeah.
It's definitely a more robust machine.
If you go to a river or anything around Hawke's Bay, you'll notice real gravelly
Yeah.
riverbeds. So we've been testing this one raking riverbeds as well. And you can see how where it's got for that. The video will be launching probably in, I don't know, another month or so. But when you see the video, just have a recall back to this set of harrows.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it definitely looks like a well robust machine now.
You know, ice skating rinks in the likes
Yes.
of the States, they use those pucks. This is the material that they use in the bottom of those ice skating rinks.
Oh,
And also around the edges of it, it's got to handle extremely high impact loading,
yes,
even in like sub-zero conditions.
yes.
So we've been slowly rolling into all of our products, the wagons, the feeders, this type of material for the floors, just to give it a bit more durability. And one less thing to worry about. Being a poly type of product, it's super slippery, which reduces load. And
Yeah, nice. That's one thing. Well, we'd be feeding off the meal off the unroller, and like you can just easily sweep it with your hand to get the last of it off for that. It's real. You know, it's real slippery of itself. There's very little friction in it.
Yeah. Obviously quite handy, just right across the paddock there.
Yeah. Yeah.
See how it's stick weld loaded.
Yes.
After it's been sandblasted, before it gets powder coated, we'll go through with a high heat special product that we actually seal all the joints so that once it's powder coated, even though there's even some sealant there, so there's no chance of water leaking into any of the cavities.
Yes.
It prevents the rusting out and keep it quality. So the more welds you got, the more warping
Yeah.
and so forth, so it's quite difficult to get decent big potatoes.
That's solid plate. 20 ton. Gee. And what is that? 3 inch, 2 inch?
80 mil and 75, so that's
80 mil.
That's sort of coming through as half finished jobs as such. Still
Yeah.
pressing, but you're going backwards. Well, being right, we're
backwards in our place too.
So basically, this is how it comes through as a flat form,
Yeah.
processed through the press into the fabrication, comes back as 3D project. A lot of lot of pre-work before it even gets to that stage. Small press, medium press, large press, everything goes through there depending on the size.
Yeah. Would the 600 ton press bend the big stuff? No.
I'll run a program for you.
So it's just measuring out the...
It's measuring out the plane, it's checking its orientation. And then it orientates the orientation on the pattern on the right. It's not always at zero. That's high pressure nitrogen, high speed cutting.
Yeah.
This one over here is cutting 16 mil and low pressure oxygen.
16 mil.
16 mil. It's low pressure oxygen cutting.
Yeah.
A lot slower, but
Yeah, but I get the thickness of the steel is cutting through.
nitrogen won't cut. Well, nitrogen will cut 16 mil, but it's so slow.
Yeah.
So that's equivalent to gas cutting, oxyacetylene cutting,
Yeah.
or oxy-LBG cutting. It's basically the same process,
Oh, okay.
but instead of using fuel, it's using light.
It's the maximum thickness of a cut then.
On these,
Yeah.
20 mil. Now,
20 mil.
These are only a
Okay.
6 kilowatt machine,
Yeah.
so depends on the power. They're up to 100 mil now, but you're looking at 20 or 30 kilowatts. If you look at where the power comes from, it's just that little unit. That's the laser, that's the power. The old CO2 ones just have a resonator. Do you know much about lasers? Have you seen laser cutting before?
I've seen them but never been explained how it works, if you know what I mean.
Now there's 6 kilowatt power supply.
Yeah.
20 kilowatts aren't much bigger. And the old ones had a resonator. Probably as big as that.
Just to get the power.
Yeah. It went through all the glass tubes and the mirrors.
Yeah.
It created a vacuum. And it created a million mile an hour torrent with the workings of the laser. And then it came out through a output coupling.
Yeah.
Shutter. And it hit the mirrors and worked its way down through mirrors. So these here is 6 kilowatts out, 6 kilowatts out. Fibre optic cable. The fibre optic cable.
Yes. And that's where it's getting the power then from.
So that's all going through that fibre optic cable.
Yeah.
6 kilowatts through there. 20 kilowatts, 100 kilowatts. That's all the same size. And then go as far as you like.
Yeah. Yeah, because at home now, the government is putting broadband through fibre optics.
Yeah, same thing.
And it rewired the whole country and everyone has 500 megabyte in rural Ireland.
We did that 20 years ago. What's going on?
You can see laser welding.
For the
You've seen that?
Yeah, laser welding.
Load cells have got, on the load cell, you got the sensor.
Yes.
So your sensor's inside the actual pocket. Then it's filled with resin. It's got a stainless steel shield, so
Yes.
it's impact resistant. That's actually laser welded onto the load cell. Extremely fast to weld and tiny weld beads that are really strong.
Yeah.
Limited no weight, good for small stuff.
Yeah.
So they're cutting from there through there.
Through that into that.
Through there.
Some bit of technology.
Okay, thanks.
Good cover everything.
Yeah, thanks very much.
I'll come and grab you some merch, eh?
Thank you.
Vegans contented.
Keep the vegans content. It's like stuff that we eat.